Okay, so this is going to be really simple. I'm just going to show you how to use the Magic Screenplay Writer. And what it does is it takes your idea and takes you through a step-by-step process to make your screenplay. So let's do it. This is how it looks when you start. Okay, and the way to get started is to create your first project. So when you create your first project, the thing you need is a title. Let's go with Greg the Cthulhu Bunny. Tommy, a kid with no friends, ends up befriending the school rabbit, which turns out to be Cthulhu. Once you have your title and then your log lines, then what you do is you choose the number of sequences. Now, the way that the screenplay writer works is by sequences, not by scenes. So like a sequence in a screenplay could contain many scenes. Often a sequence is like 8 to 11 pages. And so by number of sequences, you can choose how long the piece is going to be. I'm just going to make it really short and simple for what we're doing today. So I'm just going to make 5 sequences. This is probably like a 30-40 minute movie. You don't have to put in extra instructions, but you can. So in this case, why don't we just make the genre horror, a slow build and pacing, and the tone is dark and gritty, not whimsical. From here, we have our basic idea, and then we click the submit button. So if you look at the top here, you can see the entire process you're going to go through. You're going to first go through your title, your outline, then your characters, then you're going to go through your treatment, your planning stage, which is something that I always do, and then finally you're going to have your script. I'm just going to show you what things are going to look like at each step. Okay, so now when the outline comes out, it will outline your entire story from beginning to end, and then you can edit this in any way you want to. So you can go through here, and if something you don't like about what Tommy is doing, or you don't think the scene opens up correctly, just take that paragraph and then fix it. Once you're done fixing it to your liking, then you click submit, so it goes to the next step. Now what it's going to do, it's going to go into the outline and be like, okay, look at all these characters that are here. What are their bios? And then you'll be able to go through and change the character bios. The reason the character bios are important is because how it writes that character changes because of what you put in the character bio. So let's do that and take a look at the character bio next. Here we go. These are character bios. All right, got their age. Greg seeks to fulfill Tommy's deepest desires, drawing him into a world of power and chaos. All right, so that's Greg the Cthulhu Bunny. He sounds like he is a big jerk. I can change anything I need for any of these descriptions, and then once it's done, I can submit. Next step, after the characters, it's going to go to the treatment. So now it's going to look at the full outline of the story and the number of sequences that you wanted, and then say, okay, how can I tell that story through these number of sequences? All right, and so you now see sequence 1 is obviously the beginning of your story. Now, between the treatment and the script is the planning stage. The planning stage is looking at this treatment. How should I write this sequence as a script? So the planning stage is to plan that. So we're going to click submit, and what's going to happen now, as you see, like the planning stage is going to take a little while longer. I would say maybe plan on 30 to 60 seconds per sequence. We've got a little bit of time to wait. How are you doing? Good. We are at 60%. It's almost done, and boom. Now, this is the plan for how the system is going to write the script for sequence 1. Change anything you want. You started the title, you also edited the outline, then you also edited the treatment, hopefully. By the way, with any of these projects, you can stop and come back. So you can like go back to the projects and then come back and finish your work. You can always look at your previous work. Once you have edited the sequence plan to your liking, next step is going to the script. We click submit, and here we go. So now it is writing the final script. It is a rough draft, and you should then edit it yourself into a real screenplay. You should have exactly the story that you wrote, and then you have something now to take and turn into a polished script. So this is what the output looks like. This is how it looks in the end. I would take it and edit it from there and make it your own. But there you go. That's it.